Good afternoon, DC. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Ashlyn, and today is Wednesday, September 27th, and here's the news.
Attention seniors, this Friday, September 29th, is the last day to submit your KSBA First Degree College Scholarship Program application. More information is listed in the guidance webpage, but this one's specifically for students who will be first-generation college students and their family.
Now stay tuned for an update on the hurricane money collection.
Good morning, DCHS.
What's up, DC?
We're here to give you an update on what we've raised so far. So we've raised over $1,800, which is phenomenal. However, I think we're going for what, 3,000?
3,000.
We have a little ways to go. We have 2 days to do this in. And as you all know, it's the girls against the guys.
Right.
The guys have raised
$113.65. Thanks for the donation.
and the girls have raised
$52.
but we're going to up that. So, girls will rule. I'm not going to take a pie in the face. The girls are going to win. And so, girls, I need you to step up to the plate. We're going to be collecting through CCR. We have 161 staff members, teachers. If you just gave $5, we'd have over $800 just from the staff. And students, we have how many students?
1,760 something students. And if we get this last hoorah and everybody does their part by giving just $1, it's no doubt we'll reach our goal of $3,000.
Attention FCCLA members, please stop by Ms. Selby's room to sign up to volunteer at the Southern Oaks Elementary School Fall Fest that's this Thursday night.
Also, FCCLA members need to have their t-shirt orders into Miss Hayden on or by this Thursday. T-shirts are $10.
Every year there are hundreds of known attempts to remove books from bookstores, libraries, and schools. That's thousands of lost opportunities to explore ideas that fuel understanding.
Words have power, and access to diverse ideas make us all more powerful. Celebrate the freedom to read by checking out and reading your favorite banned book from the DC Media Center during Banned Books Week, September 25th through 30th. Now stay tuned for a message from the DC Media Center about Banned Books Week.
1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. There's a lot to unpack in those 45 words, but let's focus on just a few of them. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. It turns out that those words have led to some pretty furious debates throughout our country's history. Do we really have the ability to say whatever we want? Do we truly have free speech? I once heard someone say that your freedom to swing your fist ends at another person's nose. What they mean was that at some point there is a limit to freedom of speech, especially if your speech is inflicting direct pain on someone else. For example, in 1919, Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. wrote in the Schenck versus United States case that a person can't walk into a crowded movie theater and yell fire. And inherently, I think we can all agree that that's a bad idea and that there are inherent limits on our freedom of speech. Where is the line between freedom of speech and the limitations of that freedom? And if there is a line, who gets to decide that line? An example of excessive limitations on freedom of speech can be seen in the study of banned books. Thousands of books have been banned by various libraries throughout the country for a host of reasons. Great Gatsby was banned due to, quote, inappropriate language and sexual themes. Fahrenheit 451, a book ironically about the dangers of banning books, was banned in several instances because one of the books banned in that book was the Bible. Even Harry Potter has been banned due to its references to sorcery and to witchcraft. Was it ever okay for public libraries to ban or restrict access to certain books? After all, I don't think anyone thinks a 10-year-old should be reading 50 Shades of Grey. But banning books because they don't align with our personal beliefs or political agendas is a really problematic concept. What about the parent that argues that some books should be banned because forcing a child to read something the parents don't want them to read violates their freedom of speech? At the end of the day, I suppose it's hard to determine if there's really a right answer to this situation, However, the freedom to explore new ideas, to learn about new perspectives, to think about topics in a way that you haven't before, those freedoms are too precious to just give up on. I think President John F. Kennedy said it best when he stated that, quote, "If this nation is to be wise as well as strong, if we are to achieve our destiny, then we need more new ideas for more wise men reading more good books in more public libraries. Libraries should be open to all, except the censor. We must know all the facts and hear all the alternatives and listen to all the criticisms. Let us welcome controversial books and controversial authors, for the Bill of Rights is the guardian of our security as well as our liberty."
The U.S. Senate Youth Program offers 2 student leaders from each state a $10,000 college scholarship and an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C. to observe the U.S. Senate in action. Applications are available and guidance through October the 3rd.
FCCLA club fees are $15 and the payment is due before fall break and can be turned in to Miss Selby in room 124.
Key Club dues are $20 and they are due to Ms. McCurdy in room 120 by Thursday the 28th.
Young Democrats are going to be meeting this room at 3:30 in Mr. Howard's room, room 212.
Just a reminder on Thursday that members of the DC Orchestra will be joining Mark Wood, one of the founding members of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra and a 7-string electric Viper violin player. They will be performing at 7 p.m. in our auditorium. Tickets are $10 from any orchestra member. Please come celebrate music with us. Here is more information about it.
Any student interested in taking the October ACT test can go to act.org to register, but you will encounter late fees.
Any questions, please stop by guidance or see Mr. Pippin in the CCR Center.
PSAT signups are now available. The PSAT NMSQT will be administered at DCHS on October 25th. This is the test whereby juniors can qualify for the National Merit Scholarships.
Any college-bound junior or sophomore is encouraged to sign up in the guidance office with Ms. Leisner. The cost for the test is $16 and checks can be made payable to DCHS. The deadline to sign up is October 17th.
Here's what's going on today at DC.
Beta Club induction ceremony at 6 p.m. in the Media Center.
Stay classy, DC.